I know you've got it, because I've got it too, right? But how we're going to overcome it is with this method right here, called the action method. And you know what I'm talking about. That little angel on this side, cheering you on, telling you to do the damn thing. But on this side, you got that little devil, that little bitch voice, that little voice in the back of your mind screaming at you to take the easy option. But we both know what happens, how we feel after we take the easy option. The next few hours after that, we feel like shit. But using this exact method is exactly how you can win the battle almost every single solitary time. And the reason that I'm making this right now is because it is the last thing that I feel like making. I do not want to come on here and talk to YouTube. I don't want to come on here and talk to the camera. My mind fought against it. You know that feeling of resistance when, you want to go to the gym, but you just choose the fucking comfort instead, right? You choose the easy option. It's something I struggled with for so damn long. And I don't want you to go through the same pain that I went through, right? Because after 2 years of personal development, after sleeping on my mother's couch, after losing 40 pounds, this is exactly how I win the battle almost every time. So you can do the exact same thing to force yourself to take the action that you actually need to take to get to where you want to go, instead of feeling stuck, instead of feeling stagnant like I was. Because these little intricacies, when you have to do something and then suddenly, you have to go take a piss, I need to have a drink of water, I've got to do this, I've got to quickly scroll on my phone, I've got to check social media, something that I always did, right? I'll just do it tomorrow. Something that I always fucking struggled with, always put off the thing that I knew that I needed to do. And I still struggle with it sometimes, right? But what I'm doing right now is mitigating it, showing you in real time, because that's how passionate, that's how much I care about you. I don't want you to go through the pain. I don't want you to go through the struggle, but it still comes up, but you can mitigate it. You can 100% beat that little bitch voice almost all of the time. And I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, because I'm not, right? I still struggle with it. But you can beat it, I promise you, using this method, right? You can win the battle, and all we're trying to do is not choose the wrong option, right? So a lot of people have it twisted. A lot of people have it around the wrong way, right? I'll go, I've got to choose the right option, choose the right option, choose the right option. You know how much mentally easier it is just to say to yourself, I'm just not going to choose the wrong option. And this is all going to make sense in just a second, right? Because what the action method really actually is, I'm going to use this book so you have a real example in front of you. But let's say your mind, you tell yourself, reading the book's the right option. Use this concept in whatever aspect of your life. And I see a lot of people struggle with it, and I really hope you don't. But if you do, right, genuinely, you tell yourself you're going to read 5 pages of a book, and your body resists against your mind, right? You know that feeling where it goes, fuck, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do 10 tomorrow. I'll do that. What you have to do is double it, right? And in the beginning, of course, this is always going to be the hardest, because if you're skipping your workouts right now or anything, or you're skipping your reading anyway right now, it is going to be the hardest in the beginning, because if you double it in the beginning, you have to show up, right? You have to do the 10. And if you do the 10 pages of the book, not only then are you raising your bar, raising your standard, but that way you're also beating that little bitch voice in your head. And eventually it sort of plateaus out, where you get to a point where it is just a habit for almost every single aspect of your life. Now, of course, we have to keep this momentum going, right? And you're not going to win every battle, because even I don't. I still don't, right? I struggle with it. But I need you to understand one thing, and that yourself right now, it actually does not want you to change, regardless of how you actually feel, right? Because we've got this thing called the subconscious mind, and it controls pretty much all of our goddamn actions without us even thinking about it, because of our experiences that we've had growing up, right? And this is all going to tie back in. But when this happens, let's say, imagine you pick up your water bottle. You don't even think about it. Me picking up this book, you don't even think about it, right? Imagine if you could do that, but for the shit that you don't actually feel like doing. That is what the action method does for you, right? So any time that you tell yourself that you're gonna go to the gym, right? If you say you're gonna go for a half an hour workout and your body resists it all, you know that resistance, that mental feeling that you've got in the back of your mind, if it resists it all, your body resists it all, you have to double it, right? And when this happens, because you're constantly raising your standard, because you're constantly getting better, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly developing. And I didn't even understand this, right? I sort of just did it during bodybuilding prep, when losing 40 pounds, things like that, when sleeping on mum's couch, when I wake up at 3:45 every single solitary fucking morning and my mind's just in an absolute knot, when I'm sitting at the desk just over there and I did not want to make this video, but it came to me like that and I realized I was trying to put it off. I was like, oh, I'll do it in 10 minutes, I'll do it then, I'll do it. It was bullshit. It's all bullshit. All these little excuses that we make up in our own head, these little struggles that we go through in our own head, they are rubbish. We are making them up, right? You don't need another drink of water. You don't need another coffee. You don't need anything except to do the damn work. And when you can learn to do the damn work, when you can learn to fall in love with the pain, that's when growth actually happens. Because if you can channel your mind to actually believe that that's how you grow, because it is, right? Anything that you've ever learned in your life, it's come from growth. And when you can understand that, like riding a bike, you obviously didn't know how to do it, but then you had to figure it out, right? And during that middle period, that's where the growth happens mentally, right? And when you can channel your mind to actually fall in love with that and make those your subconscious thoughts, make action the actual thoughts that you have, that pain is how you get to where you want to go. And let me use an example, right? So let's say you are, like, I don't know if you're 20, like, what your weight is or anything, but you can take this concept and apply it. If you're 20 pounds overweight and you got to get to here, there's a big old fucking gap in the middle, right? And the only way through, you know the only way through is by taking the actions every single solitary time. But the way to raise that standard, the way to get better, and the way to get there even quicker is the action method. Anytime your mind fights against what you want to do, what you know you need to do, you double it. That way you get to your goal quicker as well, and you beat the little bitch voice in your head every single solitary time. And I promise you, man, if you can actually implement this into your life, like, you become indestructible. Your mind is so far ahead that your body just hasn't caught up. Reality hasn't caught up yet. And that's the hard part. But you got to know that when you're in that action point, taking the actions, your mind's so far ahead. Reality just hasn't caught up. But then eventually all the results will come like that. And you'll know that you worked for them mentally before anyone else sees them. That's why everyone talks about going through the lonely chapter. That's why everyone talks about overnight success. And it's bullshit. Overnight success comes in the mind fucking a long time before. Now I can't actually speak to that, but it's what happens in your physique. You work out, you do the thing, and then eventually you lose the weight, and then eventually you look absolutely fucking awesome, right? But you do the work, you know mentally that you're checking the boxes, you know that you're doing the thing. And that's exactly why I focus so heavily on mindset with my coaching, right? Because if we can build the habits, if we can build the mindset, if we can build it like that, I promise you, it is one of the greatest feelings to have, knowing here mentally that you can do the thing and you're constantly raising that bar and mitigating that little bitch voice. But I promise you, you can win. You can win almost every single battle. Every time your body fights against your mind, you fight back. You fight back, you do double. Right, I really genuinely hope this helps, man. Because being alone almost fucking destroyed me. And being alone, I still feel alone in solitude, but this is how I overcome it. This is how I overcome my darkest days. So, just win. Man, you don't have to do it alone. If you want help, read the description.